So welcome to this brand new section, and this is probably the most exciting part of the course because having done all that hard work putting your Shopify store together, we are finally going to start driving some targeted traffic to your store, making sales, and of course making money. Now, in order to drive that highly targeted traffic, we are going to be using Facebook advertising. And in the coming lectures, I'm going to show you exactly how to create the ads and bring those people to your store, and then how to scale your ads to create a highly profitable business. Now, what's really cool is Facebook's going to help us to do that in every way they can, because the more money we make, the more money Facebook makes. So we're very well aligned. And in order for that to happen, Facebook has what's called the Facebook Pixel, which is a very important component for the overall success of your business. So what is the Facebook Pixel? Well, the good news is you don't have to understand any of the intricacies at all, okay? Facebook's going to take care of all of the clever stuff behind the scenes. But it is good to have a high-level understanding of the process and what it's going to do for us. And what it's going to do is two things. So when Facebook sends traffic to your store through your Facebook ads, which is all coming up, of course, but when that traffic arrives at your store, the pixel is going to track activity on the page, okay? Anonymously, of course, but it's going to be able to track what those people are doing on your site. So that's step one. Now, step two, I guess, is where it starts to become very clever, because Facebook knows an awful lot about the people that are visiting, okay? Because we've given all that good information in our profiles and all that kind of stuff. So when people come to your store and buy, it's going to be able to see the sort of person that is buying your products. It can then turn around and send more and more people like that to your store. So in effect, it learns. As time goes by, the more data it gets and the more information it gets about who's coming to your store and who's buying, the more it can send those kinds of people to continue the buying process. In other words, it's a positive feedback loop. The more sales you make, the more sales you are likely to make, thanks to the Facebook Pixel. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of why the Facebook Pixel is so important. And, if you are still a little bit confused, which is totally understandable, don't worry, because as we set up the ads and start running the ads, you're really going to see what this Facebook Pixel is all about and why it's such an important component. Okay, enough chat, enough looking at this screen. Let's have a look and see what we need to do to get this Facebook Pixel set up. And the good news is it's very straightforward, okay? All point and click as ever, a little bit of copy paste, but you're going to see, just follow my lead, how we can get this thing set up and get it completely integrated with our Shopify store. Okay, so first things first, I'm over here on my Facebook page. Now, hopefully you remember some time ago, several lectures ago, we set up your Facebook page. So if you haven't done that, you'll definitely want to go ahead and do that now. Now, if you're being really astute, you might notice that this Facebook page is a little bit different from the one that I actually set up when I was showing you how to do it. Now, the only reason for that is that I have multiple Facebook accounts, as you might imagine, and so my screen will look somewhat different to yours. So what I've done is I've kind of backpedaled a little bit. I created a brand new profile and then a brand new page on that profile so that you're looking at exactly what I'm looking, okay? 99% of the people taking the course will be doing advertising for the very first time. So I want to show you exactly what you should be looking at. So with that said, I sincerely hope that your Facebook page looks something like this, okay? I'm sure you can appreciate that I have students from all over the world, almost 200 countries in fact, and therefore this kind of layout can vary from person to person and country to country. So my challenge, if you like, is to try to present it in the best possible way for the maximum number of people. So I'm very certain that, I really sincerely hope that you're looking at a page very similar to this. And if you are, what I want you to look for is this create button here, okay? If you don't see it here, maybe it's over here in this drop down menu, but you should see something here. So what I want you to do is to click on that, and then you see you have various options, and you see the second one is advert, the possibility to create an advert. So I want you to select that. And that should bring you to a page that looks like this, okay, which is all about actually setting up an advert. Now we're going to come back to this very, very soon to create your ad. But before we do, we need to set up the Facebook Pixel. So we want to ignore this for the moment, and I want you to come over to this menu here. See the Ads Manager here over on the left-hand side. Click on these three little bars, and then you should be able to find Pixels. I want you to click on pixels. And that's going to bring you to this page, okay? Create a Facebook pixel, which is exactly what we want. And if you look at this, it says add a Facebook pixel to your website to measure the impact of your ads, okay? And then some of the features here: track website activities, improve your return on advertising, which I was talking about just a few minutes ago, and reach new and existing customers. So all we need to do is to click on Create a Pixel. Then we get the option to name our pixel. Mine by default is Tim Sharp's Pixel. I'm actually going to change that to my site name, yeah? So Tim's Super Bargains Pixel, so I know exactly what it is. And then this check your website for easy setup options, we don't need that, okay? For the moment, all we then need to do is therefore click on Continue. Then there are a few options as to how we want to install the pixel code. As I say, you don't need any technical knowledge with this, okay? This is going to be super simple, so don't panic at this stage. All I want you to do is to select the very first one, okay? So add code using a partner integration. And then in this big list of partners, scroll down to, of course, find Shopify. And that brings us to this nice wizard where we get to connect our Shopify account, okay? So we will accept by default the advanced matching. So just simply click on Continue. So this step is just reminding us that we need to be logged into our Shopify account and to have a tab open, okay? So I have a tab open, and I've also gone to my online store preferences, okay, in preparation for the Facebook pixel that's coming up. So let's go back here now, scroll down and click again on Continue. And this is where it's going to give us our all-important Facebook pixel ID, which you're going to find when you scroll down a little bit. Here it is, copy and paste your pixel ID, okay? So we want to take this, we want to copy it, and then what we want to do is go over to here on online store preferences, scroll down, and you're going to see this section here, Facebook pixel. And this is where we're going to paste the Facebook pixel ID. So we're going to paste it in here and then simply click on Save. Okay, fantastic. Now let's head back to the wizard. We scroll down again, click on Continue. Now as a final step, we need to make sure that the pixel is working correctly, of course. Okay, so it gives us this nice step where it's actually going to send some test traffic to our store to make sure that everything is correctly set up. So you can see at the moment it says no activity yet, and then very likely last received never, okay, which is logical because we've only just set the thing up. So what we're going to do here, therefore, is put in my website URL and then click on Send Test Traffic, where it then takes me automatically to my home page to effectively send test traffic, right? So now if I go back to the wizard, it says it's active, okay? So everything is set up correctly, okay? Last received in the last hour now, okay? So fantastic, everything is done, nothing more to do, except for the final time to click on Continue, where I get the final confirmation that setup is complete. So absolutely fantastic if you've been following along with me and you've reached exactly the same point, because this is now really, really exciting. We're now all ready to go to start with our first Facebook ads and start driving highly targeted traffic to our store.